Good evening, I'm Jai Smith. Sarah Diamond has the night off. First tonight, questions about the location of a new school in the Tri-Cities. One night after Washington County, Tennessee property owners got hit with a big tax increase in order to build a new school in Boones Creek. We found out top leaders aren't in agreement on where the school should be built.
The Williams property on Boones Creek Road is the only site that really kind of fell out the bottom of this entire process.
That's what County Mayor Dan Eldridge told us just last night. But today, two school leaders told us that's not necessarily the case. News Channel 11's Jordan Moore found out some say the process has dragged out way too long.
Josh, last night's passage of a 40-cent property tax increase seemed like the toughest political fight in the construction of a new school, but it turns out an even bigger battle may be over where that school should be built.
We've been needing a new school for 2 years. It's been on discussion.
For people like Danielle Shoup, who's both a teacher and has a child in Boones Creek Elementary, Monday night's property tax hike was good news, knowing part of that money is going toward building a brand new school in Boones Creek.
Very excited to think of the possibility of a K-8 school coming.
But before plans can be made, a site has to be chosen. And Washington County Board of Education Vice Chair Jack Leonard said that's where they can't agree.
I just don't know if all possibilities have been exhausted for that area. Maybe need to keep looking.
Our cameras were there this spring as board members toured several sites. And just a few weeks ago, Leonard said the board ended up voting on this property near the Ridges neighborhood, the Williams property. A property he says wasn't part of the original tour.
When we went to visit sites a couple of months ago, that Williams property wasn't even on the list to visit. They just were. We stopped at the red light, they got out and decided to look at the Williams property across the street, and then they all of a sudden said this property was available.
And in the end, one he doesn't feel is right for the new school. But Tuesday, Mayor Dan Eldridge expressed frustration, saying he feels the school board should be ready to make a decision.
After you've looked at 80 sites, you've spent a year, you've spent $100,000, and you've got a qualified site recommended to you.
But Leonard said they're feeling a different kind of frustration.
I feel like there's a lot of say on the commission. I think the mayor has a lot of say so. It needs to be left to let the school board decide.
A decision they hope to make by the end of the summer. Jordan Moore, News Channel 11, in your corner.
The school board plans to take up the issue of a location for the new Boones Creek School at their next meeting that is set to take place in July.